Hello, 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 and welcome to summer, guys. I hope everybody's doing amazing. So, I'm Summer Money Masterclass, which is going to happen every Sunday, which is going to be your key to be able to increase your revenue this summer. And why is summer a great time to increase your revenue? I always hear people talking about what they would do where would I go if I had more money? What would I do if I had more money? And I remember as a single parent just being mad because my light bill was higher, my water bill was higher, my food bill was higher in the summertime, and I didn't know what to do about it. Now I know that anything I want, I can have simply by increasing my revenue. So if you don't do anything else this summer, I want you to write down right now that this summer I will learn how to make money. And this starter masterclass is only $39, $59 for the VIP. But if you don't know how to create money out of what you have, what you know to do, what you love to do, then you need to be at this masterclass, bit.ly/summer money 2021. Because there's too many people living a lackluster life that could be living a much better life simply by learning how to generate revenue. The longer that you sit and wait on a job to pay you, it's going to be the longer that you're going to be restricted in not just your movements, but your actions, your lifestyle, how you live your life. Whenever you want to upgrade, it is 100% up to you to make that upgrade. And you make that upgrade by making more money. Guys, I don't think I need to tell you, over half of the year is already gone. Over the half of the year is already done with. So if you had plans to leave your job this year, if you had plans to get you a new car, get you a new house, whatever your plans were for this year is half gone. And I can't even hardly believe it myself. So at some point, you need to take those ideas that you have in your notebooks, and you need to turn those ideas into action, and in turn turn those ideas into revenue so that you can have a great summer. I'm a firm believer that we all deserve. Somebody say I deserve in the chat. We all deserve to live great lives. And if the only thing that's separating you from living a great life is either the idea or the execution, then you definitely need to be at this masterclass, bit.ly/summer money 2021. I was going to do it yesterday, but with all the distractions from Juneteenth, from Father's Day, I really have an opportunity to say, let me sit still on a Sunday where I'm not distracted and get this lesson. Do you guys even realize how critical a lesson? Good morning, Joanne. How critical a lesson it is to learn to make money. And one thing that I was reading, and I posted this to my mentees the other day, is that it's actually a sin. It's actually a sin to be poor. And you may say, well, why is it a sin to be poor? Some people are just poor. No, that's not true. Poor starts in your mindset. Do you believe that riches are your birthright? Do you believe? And so once you believe a thing, you're going to keep working until that thing comes to fruition. Good morning, Michelle. And many of us are sitting around waiting on our riches when God has already given us the talents, given us the gifts, given us the connections. If you're here with me right now, I am a connection to your next level. If you're here with me right now, there is something I can teach you about making money that may change your life. You know, the word says, money answereth all things. There are some things that you're going through right now, some things that you want, some things you wish you had, that if you just had a little more money, it would change your situation. So you've got to not only change the way you look at money, you got to change the way you execute in order to receive your blessings from on high. I'm a firm believer that there is no man who is more blessed. There's no man that's more deserving than any other. Good morning, Michael. But the question then becomes, what are you doing? So in the title, I said make $500, $5,000, or even $50,000 this summer. There are going to be some people that come to my masterclass. Good morning, LaDavia. And they're going to walk away and make an extra $500. There's going to be people that come and make an extra $5,000. There may be people that come and make an extra $50,000. Do you know what the difference is? The only difference between how much you make, good morning, Will, versus how much everybody else makes is your expectation and your effort. Do you expect to make more? And will you put in the effort to make more? I tell everybody, your millions are literally buried in your backyard. How often do you dig for them? What are you digging with? Now, if you tell me my millions are buried in my backyard, I'm going to do whatever I got to do to be able to hire me some machinery. I want a dump truck. I want some electronics. I want some stuff back there so I can dig deep and fast. Some of you are out there digging for your millions with a teaspoon. Digging with your millions for your millions with your bare hand. And then you wonder, and this is an ouch for some of you, and then you wonder why you don't have the money to go on vacation. Then you wonder why you don't have the money to renovate your house. You wonder why you don't have the money to go to the beach, the money to enjoy your summer. And it's simply because you have sat back and you have allowed the world to trick you into thinking that you don't have money. When in actuality, there is not one of us on this broadcast or that will ever see this broadcast that is not capable of creating something, of doing something, of selling something that will change your life. You make enough money that some of you might not go back to work in the fall. But it's what are you willing to do? Good morning, Cynthia. So the link is bit.ly/summermoney2021. Some of y'all are going to wait to the last minute to register. I hope we don't sell out of seats because that's what we've been doing lately. Lately, we've been selling out. And at the last minute, can I get one more seat? Can I get one more ticket? And I have to say no. And it's a good lesson for us because when you see something you need, good morning, Vicki, you need to go on and get that thing you need. How many of you know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that you need some help learning how to make money? How many of you know? Just say me. You may know how to make $500, but you don't know how to make $5,000. You may know how to make $5,000, but you don't know $50,000. The crazy part of all of that is that it's all intertwined. Once you know the methodology of making money, period, you will never stop. And it's the consistency. Good morning, Angel. Good morning, Brent. It is the consistency that catapults your 500 into 5,000 and your 5,000 and 50,000. And some of y'all on this broadcast, don't get mad because I call you out. You know the Lord and you love the Lord, but you still struggling from client to client and lick to lick, and it does not make sense. Because if you know, like I know, you know that God put you here to be fruitful. If you know, like I know, you know that God owns everything in the kingdom. And either you're not asking for it or you're not executing towards it. And it's a shame. You know, I read something. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know if I have that book in here. But the truth of the matter is that early Christianity believed that we're supposed to be prosperous. The book said that it's the pagans that started to spread the rumor that you could not be rich and virtuous, and that's a lie. It's the pagans that started spreading the rumor that in order for you to be rich, you got to be a bad person. That's a lie. The truth of the matter is, for those who love the Lord, He will give you the desires of your heart. And all you need to do is start to, number one, believe, and start to, number two, get a strategy that you can execute. Good morning, Dolores. Vicky says she making 50K this summer. I say she gonna make 100. Can anybody touch and agree with me? I just need one. Is there one? Vicky says she gonna make 50K. I touch and agree that she's gonna make 100. Is there anybody that will touch and agree with me? Because the truth of the matter is, He will give you what you ask for. Why ask for 50? Why ask for 50? Vicky, I just got off the phone with you and I spoke $100,000. I didn't say $50,000 when I was on the phone with you. I said $100,000. Come back. Good morning, Michelle. And ask for 50 when we already spoke and touched and agreed. Come on now. We're not going to negotiate with our next level. I want it all, Kalisha. Somebody type in the chat, I want it all. And there's nothing wrong. Get this right now. There is nothing wrong with you wanting and needing the money to take care of your family, to build generational wealth, to make sure your kids are not struggling, to make sure you're not struggling when you get older. There is absolutely, positively nothing wrong. And if you think it is something wrong with you having biblical wealth, you're not reading the right Bible. If you think it's something wrong with you having generational wealth, you must have the King John version and not the King James version of the Bible. There is nothing wrong, but then the question becomes, are you willing to humble yourself and get an education? Because see, even the Bible says, in all of your getting, first you got to get an understanding. And once you understand the principles of how to generate revenue, it doesn't change if it's $1,000 or if it's $100,000. I just showed some of my mentees this morning a plan for $250,000 worth of retreats in 3 months. Are you bold enough to ask God to bless you $150,000 this summer? And then are you courageous enough to go get it? See, because you've been asking, but have you been going to get it? Have you been doing whatever it takes to get the knowledge? Have you been doing? Because we got to start with understanding. We don't have the mindset for millions because we didn't have anybody to give it to us. And we don't have the strategy for millions because we don't have anybody to give it to us. So until we get to that point where we are willing to humble ourselves, sit down and learn these elusive lessons on how to make money, it's going to continue to elude you. It's not enough to want it. You got to do the work. He was crystal clear. He said faith without works is dead. You got to go after your money like you go after a job every day. The same way you get up and go to a job. The same way you get training at a job. My God. I have never seen so many people who have never run this before, never really made money before, never really quit their jobs before, go out here and try to start a profitable business without any help. The same way we got to learn at our jobs, the same way we had to learn the prosperous teachings of the Bible. It's the same way you got to learn the workings of money. Your mama couldn't teach you. She didn't know. Your daddy couldn't teach you. He didn't know. Your neighbor can't teach you. They don't know. Your girlfriend can't teach you. They don't know. So when are you going to get an education? Let this summer be the summer of your education. I have a masterclass series every single Sunday, $39 a week, $59 for VIP. Every Sunday, we're going to be learning something. And then on top of that, I'm about to launch some 6 and 7 figure sleepovers. And these 6 and 7 figure sleepovers are going to be where you get in a room with no distractions. You get in a room with other like-minded individuals. You get in a room and I teach you that weekend. And you walk away with a real plan to make some real money on paper. And I'm doing them in 4 different cities. Houston, Atlanta, Dallas, and Vegas. Somewhere where you can go and really start to wrap your mind around the wealth that God has planned for you. Who has the wealth planned for you? Somebody say God in the chat. See, we're negotiating our wealth as if man promised us wealth. This ain't man's wealth. And man has no say-so. Do y'all get what I'm under? Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Man has absolutely no say-so as to whether or not we're eligible. Y'all need to stop taking these video classes. Y'all need to stop investing these money in these coaches that don't show up. Stop feeling like you can do it all by yourself. Come get in one of these rooms and learn how to generate revenue for your next level. I tell you what, if I knew then what I know now, I'd have been rich 20 years ago. Somebody say, wow. If I knew then what I know now, ain't no way I'd have worked at no JP Morgan Chase for 16 years. It ain't no way I would have thought $150,000 was a lot of money. It ain't no way I would have been working most. If I knew then what I know now, it is absolutely impossible for me to conceive that I'd be on lifestyles of the rich already. Not that I'm not on my way, but I'm saying already. So every time I get an opportunity to turn around and teach you guys how to make it there much faster, much stronger, without as much stress, without as much energy. And yes, it takes hard work, but it ain't no harder job that you're working right now. It ain't no harder than being given 25 and 50 cent increases. It ain't no harder than working for a boss who's crazy. It ain't no harder. It ain't no harder. You got to sometimes choose your heart. And I don't care if they say it's hard. You got to remember also it's temporary. How hard are you willing to work temporarily? I remember when I was in labor with Tyler, my first child, and the pain, it's so unbearable that you almost forget it. How many of you have almost forgotten the pain of childbirth? Because if the Lord lets you remember the pain of childbirth, wouldn't be no more kids on the earth. Baby, we'd stop. We would close up shop. Amen. But I remember my first child and the pain of childbirth. And my nurse said, these contractions only last for a few seconds. And you can do anything for a few seconds. Some of y'all are unwilling to be uncomfortable enough, even for a few seconds, in order to generate the revenue that will carry you for the rest of your life. Some of you scared to ask people for the money. If they say no, yes, that may hurt your feelings, but for how long? A few seconds. Is it not worth a few seconds of discomfort, a few seconds of humility, a few seconds of sitting still to learn in order to have the keys to the kingdom? Is it not worth it? You act like you're too good to teach for anybody to teach you anything. You don't want to invest in your next level. You want to sit around and fuddle a dud and figure it out yourself. And then when the money's not coming in, you want to complain or quit or change what you're doing. And some of you have changed businesses like you change clothes. And you wonder why it's not working. Because until you have the foundation, doesn't matter what kind of business you have, there are foundational principles you're going to need. You're going to need a foundation in team building, a foundation in social media, a foundation in sales, a foundation in marketing, a foundation in targeting, a foundation in branding. Until you have the right foundation, I don't care what you put on that sinking sand, it's not going to grow. So hopefully you will register for this Summer Money series, bit.ly/Summer Money 2021. It's going to be each Sunday. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put a recurring payment on there where you can pay $29 per session versus $39 for one, or $39 for 10 and have the VIP included. But whatever the case may be, you got to understand, doing better is possible. The year is half gone. For some of us, our life is half gone. When are you going to sit still and get the strategy you need? When are you going to sit still and start to really build your revenue in a way that it carries you? When are you going to stop being worried about money? The answer is whenever you're ready to get some help. That's your answer. Your answer is whenever you're ready to get some help. So make sure you go to bit.ly/Summer Money 2021 to get the help you need to live a different type of life this summer and beyond. The great thing about these lessons is once you learn, it's impossible for you to unlearn. Once you learn, you know, Thomas Jefferson says, once the mind is stretched by new ideas, it's impossible for it to return to its previous position. So once you learn, you would have learned forever. And that's something that nobody can take from you. So sit still and get an education. Once you start to see what is possible for you and your next level and your family, then guess what? You won't want anything else. So make sure you go ahead and sign up today. Don't procrastinate. Don't drag your feet. bit.ly/Summer Money 2021. And I'll be back later today. Love you guys and thank you tremendously for tuning in.